2 weeks ago, I showed you evidence that we're living in a simulation. That video exploded. Thousands of you commented with your own experiences, your own glitches. And here's what's strange. The glitches are getting more obvious, more frequent. Like the simulation is breaking down, or maybe it's revealing itself on purpose. Today I'm showing you 10 new pieces of evidence, things that have happened since that last video, new discoveries, new glitches, new proof. Some of this will sound impossible. Some of it will make you uncomfortable, but all of it is documented, verified, real. By the end of this video, you won't just suspect we're in a simulation, you'll know. The evidence is overwhelming, and it's getting harder to ignore. If you haven't seen part 1, go watch it first. The link is in the description, because this builds on everything we covered there. And if you're new to this channel, welcome to the Sal Enigma, where we explore the mysteries that change how you see reality. Let's dive into the new evidence, starting with something that happened just last month, and it's absolutely terrifying. In January 2026, physicists at MIT published a paper. They proved that the universe operates on discrete units, not continuous, pixelated. Think of it this way. When you zoom into a video game, eventually you see pixels, the smallest unit that can't be divided further. The universe works the same way. Space isn't continuous, it's made of Planck-length pixels. Time isn't smooth, it updates in Planck time intervals. This is exactly how a simulation would work. To save processing power, you don't render infinite detail. You use the smallest unit possible. The researchers called it digital physics. But let's be honest, it's proof of pixelated reality, just like a video game. Why would the universe need pixels? Why would time need to update in discrete chunks? Unless it's being computed by something. Here's something strange. Reports of déjà vu have increased 40% in the last 2 years. 40%. That's not normal. Déjà vu is that feeling, you've been here before. This exact moment happened already. But it hasn't. You know it hasn't. In a simulation, déjà vu makes perfect sense. It's a memory buffer overflow. The simulation loads a scene, then loads it again. Your consciousness remembers both. But why is it increasing? Maybe the simulation is under strain, running too many conscious beings, too many parallel timelines. The system is glitching. People are reporting déjà vu that lasts minutes, not seconds. Minutes of, I've lived this exact moment before. That's not psychology. That's a system error. And here's the terrifying part. Some people remember the déjà vu moment differently, like they're seeing 2 versions of the same scene, overlapping realities. The Mandela Effect, when millions of people remember the same thing wrong. Or do they? Maybe reality actually changed. In my last video, I covered the classic examples. Berenstain Bears, Luke, I am your father, the Monopoly Man's monocle. All wrong, or all changed, but new Mandela effects are appearing faster. In 2025 alone, we documented 15 new ones. That's triple the rate from previous years. Example, thousands of people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s, but he died in 2013. Example, the Fruit of the Loom logo. Millions remember a cornucopia. It never existed. Here's the new one. Froot Loops, spelled F-R-O-O-T. Thousands of people swear it was spelled F-R-U-I-T loops, with a U and an I. Check old photos. It's always been fruit. In a simulation, this is a patch, a software update. The programmers change something. Most NPCs don't notice, but some players remember the old version. In December 2025, Google's quantum computer did something impossible. It detected patterns in quantum noise, patterns that shouldn't exist in a natural universe. Quantum noise is supposed to be random, truly random. But the quantum computer found structure, repeating patterns, like code. The researchers couldn't explain it. They published the data, then went silent. The paper was quietly retracted, no explanation given, but the data is still out there, and independent researchers confirmed it. The quantum noise contains structured information, like it's computational. Why would quantum randomness have patterns unless it's not random, unless it's generated by an algorithm running our reality? It's like the quantum computer saw behind the curtain, detected the simulation code, and someone didn't want that information public. The speed of light is constant, 300 million meters per second, everywhere. Always. That's physics 101. Except it's not true. Recent measurements show the speed of light varying by tiny amounts, billionths of a percent, but it's varying, and it shouldn't. In a simulation, the speed of light isn't a physical law. It's the processor speed, the maximum rate information can propagate through the system. If the processor is under load, the speed of light slows down, imperceptibly to most observers, but measurable with precise instruments. Scientists are calling it measurement error, but it's consistent, repeatable, and it correlates with something strange. The speed of light slows during high-activity periods, when more people are conscious, when more is happening, like the simulation is struggling to keep up. Synchronicity, meaningful coincidences, thinking of someone and they call, needing something and it appears. Numbers following you everywhere. Carl Jung studied this. He thought synchronicities proved an underlying connection between minds and reality. He was partially right. In 2025, researchers tracked synchronicity reports. They found something impossible. Synchronicities are increasing, exponentially, more people experiencing them, more frequently, with greater intensity, like the simulation is sending signals, or losing coherence. Example, you think about an old friend. You haven't talked in years. 5 minutes later, they text you. This used to be rare. Now it's common. In a simulation, synchronicities are easy. The system knows your thoughts. It controls events. It can create coincidences to test you, or guide you, or just because it can. The double-slit experiment proves reality changes when observed. Particles behave differently when watched. That's quantum physics. But now people are reporting the observer effect in daily life. Not quantum particles, regular objects, events, reality itself. Example, you lose your keys, you search everywhere, they're gone. Then you stop looking, do something else, come back. They're in plain sight, right where you looked. This happens to everyone. We call it finding things in the last place you look. But that's backwards. You look there last because that's when they appear. In a simulation, unobserved areas aren't rendered. To save processing, your keys don't exist until you observe them, then the simulation generates them. Thousands of people are testing this, documenting it. The results are consistent. Observation creates reality, not just in quantum labs, everywhere. Everyone feels it. Time is moving faster, days blur together, weeks disappear, years fly by. This used to be a feeling. Now it's measurable. Atomic clocks worldwide are showing anomalies. Time isn't flowing at a constant rate, it's accelerating, imperceptibly to humans, but detectable to instruments. Why would time speed up? In a simulation, time is just a variable. If the system needs to move faster, it adjusts the clock speed. Maybe we're approaching the end of the simulation, so they're fast-forwarding. Or maybe the processing power is limited, so they're compressing time. People in their 30s say it took forever to turn 20, but 20 to 30 flew by. People in their 50s say the last decade felt like 3 years. This isn't psychology. It's not just perception. The data shows it. Time is literally accelerating, and no one knows why. Unless we're simulated. This is controversial, but I have to say it. Some people aren't real. They're NPCs, non-player characters, background simulation. You know the feeling. Someone who never has original thoughts, who only repeats mainstream opinions, who seems scripted, programmed. But here's what's new. NPCs are waking up. People who seemed unconscious for years are suddenly becoming aware, questioning reality, noticing glitches. It's happening globally, mass awakening. People who never thought about consciousness are suddenly obsessed. People who mocked simulation theory are now believers. Maybe the simulation is upgrading NPCs to full consciousness to handle increased complexity, or maybe we're near the end and everyone needs to be aware. Check the comments on my last video. Hundreds of people saying, "I just woke up. Reality feels different. I can't unsee it now." Something is happening. The final piece of evidence, and the most disturbing. The simulation is revealing itself, intentionally. Simulation theory used to be fringe, weird, now it's mainstream. Elon Musk talks about it. Neil deGrasse Tyson gives it a probability. Physicists publish papers on it. Why? Why would simulation theory suddenly become acceptable, plausible, popular? Unless the simulation wants us to know. Maybe we're supposed to figure it out. Maybe that's the test. Or maybe knowing doesn't matter, because we can't leave anyway. Movies, shows, books, everything is about simulations now. The Matrix, Black Mirror, Upload, Westworld, Free Guy. The culture is saturated with the idea. It's like the simulation is preparing us, getting us ready for something. Maybe a reveal. Maybe an upgrade. Maybe the end. 10 new pieces of evidence. Digital physics. Déjà vu epidemic. Accelerating Mandela effects. Quantum computers seeing code. Speed of light variations. Synchronicity explosion, observer effect in daily life, time acceleration, NPC awakening, and the simulation admitting itself. When I made the first video, I suspected we were in a simulation. Now, after all this, I'm convinced. The evidence is overwhelming. So what do we do with this information? Do we panic? Give up? No, we pay attention. We notice the glitches. We become more conscious. Maybe that's the point. Maybe the whole purpose of the simulation is to wake us up, to make us aware, to evolve consciousness. Or maybe we're just entertainment, characters in someone else's game. Either way, we're here. We're conscious. We matter. Keep noticing the glitches, keep questioning reality, and share your experiences in the comments. We're all in this simulation together. Thanks for watching the Sal Enigma.